Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to replace the ABS sensor on the rear offside wheel of my SLK R170. It's come up on the code reader as having a fault. It's referred to as a resistance fault or impedance fault. I'll clip it to the picture, and the ABS light and the ESP light things have come on. So there's two different sorts for this car. You've got to make sure you get the right one, depends on the age. And yeah, here we go. So the sensor is here on the on the hub, obviously sensing the centre of the drive shaft's there, and it goes around here, and then it disappears up into this sort of box that's up in here. I'm hoping that I can pull out this rubber sort of cap-shaped thing, and the connection will come out with it. Oh, I could do that first. If I pull that, there we go. Oh no, the connection's actually in the end of the cable there, so that's good. So I'll be able to disconnect that. I can then hopefully pull this out of the clips. That's excellent. Down here there's a clip. Should be able to just ease it out of that. That's happy days. And then I can undo that fixing that looks like it's rusted to buggery. Looks like a hex bit, so I'm going to go in with a hex bit. Let's see if we can get you in a view. Cooey. Tight. And there we go, thread locked, as though it's going to come out. Trying to tease this out without breaking anything. I know it's defunct, but just in case I'm doing something stupid, like taking off the wrong one, has been known. Cool. Oh, there we go. So, let's just see if we can. We need to undo the connection in here. It's a bit tricky to see. It's inside there. So see if I can feed the cable through a bit. There we go. Just feed it through this top hat thing to get to the connection. There we go. There's the connection. Hopefully, see how this goes together. Not particularly obvious how it goes together. The clip on the new one. Well, that might be why it's defective. I think cable just came off my hand. Crikey. Okay. So it looks like. So we've got a brown wire in here, and a brown wire there. I'm going to have to reattach those into this plug. Well, this suddenly got a whole lot more scary. That's rotting away inside. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, so what you just saw there was me removing this from the car, and there's the end. Now, here's the new one. As you can see, these are kind of identical in length and everything about them. The only difference is that the new one has the plug on it, the old one has the plug and the socket from the car. The cables have actually rotten off, so what I need to do, well, first of all, I've noticed that there's a brown cable on here on the side where my finger is. That's the same pin as the brown cable on the car, so I've got to make sure that this plug is wired back the same way when I clear it up. So I should be able to solder the cables back onto these, but I need to take it apart to do it. So that's the next thing. I'm going to take apart this assembly and see if I can get these pins cleaned up. I'm ready to solder the cables that are on the car back into them, so I can then plug it into the new cable. Piece of cake, right? Okay, first of all, I'm going to look at this brown cable, which is a lower one here, and I'm going to scratch a couple of marks onto the, just onto the plug on that side, the side without the Mercedes symbol. Just to remind me which side is which. Now to get this apart. Normally there's an easy way to unclip things. Looks like it wants to pull apart, but it's quite stuck in there. As that does seem to be sort of clinging on there. I can a fiddly thing. It might just be I've just got damp in it. But, well, one way or another, it's coming apart. Okay. Yeah. It's all green and horrible. There's obviously moisture getting into that little area somehow. I'll have to see if I can explore where it is from inside. Anyway, next job is to see... I'll see if I can get these pins out, I suppose. They're going to be kind of stuck in there as well. Not easy. There's a couple of little holes in there. Maybe a bit small for that. I need some little pliers on this as well, really, to try and grab it. Perhaps I can unclip this. It does look like it's clipped together. I wonder if I can unclip it. Oh, that's looking good. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. Unclipped. I think I've worked it out. Yes, there we go. So we'll take those out. Give them a clean. Yeah, I just thought there was some... Yes, well, it's not really a tag. It must be clipping in there somehow. But sorry, he's quite small. It's quite hard to see. I'm going to clear these up with some wire wool and prepare them for soldering. And yeah, hopefully we can then solder the wires back on the car. Emery cloth. Yeah, so the cable's soldered into the centre of it. You can clean up the outside of it, but it's the inside of this bit that's more important. A small drill, just give it a bit of a clean in there. Just going to heat up an iron and see if we can clear the old cables from inside these and leave them open, ready for the new stripped ends to solder in. Yeah, let's see how we go. Okay, that's now got a clear hole through it. Sorry, hard to see, it's not focusing. But yeah, there's a clear hole through that one. Let's do the other one. It's much better. Okay, now this is ready to put back together. But I'm going to solder them on before I put them back in. I think I'll put them back in once they're on the car soldered. Otherwise I'm going to try to work around this housing, which won't be easy. So I'm going to very carefully take these back to the car and solder them in and reassemble it. Okay, a couple of days have gone by, and these are obviously the wires that I need to solder. I've got the plugs prepared. I've actually disconnected the battery because I don't want any surprises. And some soldering irons are actually earthed, and if you earth a connection on the car, you potentially are creating a circuit. So I'm not sure that mine is. It does have a metal earth pin, so it's possible that mine's earthed. So we don't want to create a circuit. So I've disconnected the battery, so those two cables should be fine. Just going to strip a little off them if I can. Not a very easy place to access, of course. I want to show you this and do it safely, but I shall try. There we go. It's quite a dirty cable where it's got damp up there, but never mind. Hopefully the flux on the solder will clear it off. It's sheathing as a pig as well. Not easy. Right, those are my ends. If I can fold these over and get them into those pins, that would be good. Let's just see if it'll fit in the pin. So that does fit inside the pin. What I need is for it to stay on the pin, not drop off. So if I can bend that so that it stays there while I solder it, like so, that would be good. See if I can get the iron and some solder on that. Tricky to see, tricky to get in there. Right, well that looks rather good. Right, so I need these to be in the plug. Plug case. If you remember, I marked it with the brown. There's a scratch on this side, so the brown needs to go in on this side. Here, let's see if I can get my hand in there. Try and ease these two back in. So we need to go in at the same time. Theoretically, once they're in, I should be able to close the back end of them like so. And that is now re-terminated, ready to take the other end. I'm curious as to why it's so damp inside this little box for it. It's interesting, when I put my finger in there, I feel a load of sort of soft material, almost like a mouse has been nesting in it, which it probably has. I know there were mice in this car in all sorts of places, so yeah, look, it's all chewed up, mousy stuff. So yeah, I think the mice have been in there. Little critters. Never mind. Right, let's reconnect our new sensor. Okay, here's our new plug. And on here we've got brown as well, which is excellent. So logically, brown would go to brown, which it does. Connect that in there. That can go up into there. Try and get this dome thing on here. Like so. It's rather snazzy. And then this sensor will pick up a little bit of slack there. Get that into the clip. There. And then there's another clip. Okay, here's the other end. There's a clip down here. It goes in, I'll put that in a moment. It goes into a hole, which you can see but I can't. Just pushes in there. I should be able to put the screw in. Let's just clip that into the clip. Okay, clipped. And I'll put the screw back in there. Not going to do this up hard because it's still got a bit of thread lock on there and it's a bit rusty. If it falls out, the thing's not going to fall out anyway. There we go. Just nip that up there. Good, I think we're done. Now all I need to do is check the code reader and see if I can see if the problem's gone away. Okay, ignition on and data file, and where's that? F1, okay. So let's go into control units, is on, yes, F1, and we want ESP, I think, so let's look at that. Enter link error. It's curious. Wonder why. Let's just go back and make sure I'm not got anything crazy out. Fitted. So that one goes okay. Stability. Historic. See, it now says historic. I think it probably said current before. To open circuit and wiring, so that's fine. So we go back on that. If we clear the fault memory, it should erase operation done, which is great. If we read the fault code, there's no fault found, which is great. If we view data, then potentially we can look at RPM. Oh yeah, there we go. So these are all normal readings. Often when there's something really screwy going on, you get a funny reading on it. So I think we're quite cool on there. Let's see what else is on here. Exiting system. The fault on that. Let's come up. What's it got? Link error. Don't know why. Engine control module. Transmission had some errors as well. I thought were related, but I'm gonna have to see if they go away. I might need to drive the car a bit because the ABS light's still on, of course. Well, I assume they are. Let's just see if there's anything on there. Rear right wheel speed of the traction system is sporadically implausible. Yeah, well it was, and now it isn't. So if I clear that and go yes, done, jolly good, read fault code, hopefully it's gone. Cool. We go back, let's start the car, that's nice. Now, rather handily, you can see the ABS light is gone. Now that BAS ESP light, that will go when we turn the steering wheel back and forth and do a left turn. There's a funny process for it, but it just kind of goes of its own accord once you drive the car. But there's a particular thing to do it. Pass. Okay. Well, looks like everything's fine now. Anyway, there we go. I think we're okay. That was all a bit more complicated than I expected. Unusual to find a cable broken onto a sensor connection, but something that we can perfectly well deal with a little bit of fiddly soldering there. If you find the same thing, which you may do, then obviously that's useful. Otherwise it's just a straightforward sensor repair and you've seen a whole load of soldering you don't need to see. But either way, I hope it was very useful and informative. Give it a like, put a comment in the chat, ask questions if you've got any, subscribe to the channel if you fancy it, and yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great one. Take care.